Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing some recent purchase decisions I made around Tesla stock. So that of course includes me showcasing my purchase receipt for today, and I recently spent around $3,800 on Tesla stock. So if you've been keeping up with my channel portfolio updates and me just talking about the things that I'm working on right now to get more Tesla stock, I have been mentioning the fact that I've been selling some personal items recently. I've basically been looking for anything that I currently don't use or necessarily need that I can actually sell to get a little bit more money to buy some Tesla stocks. So I've been selling some personal things of mine at the pawn shop, and then I've also even gone as far as like a few days ago, I had like a bunch of 4K movies that I had opened, and so I got the digital code vouchers out for those, and we're selling some for like $4, $5, $6 a piece just for those digital codes for the 4K movies. So even small things such as that, I've actually just been thinking of some ways that I could just get a little bit of my money back on the things that I've purchased recently. And so my logic with all of this is simply that, especially as I begin to start investing and as I begin to get more and more excited about just making money every single day by continuing investing, it gets me excited and it gives me a reason to not want to spend money on unnecessary things like I used to. I have to admit, I was kind of like an impulse buyer in the past, but investing has really helped me deal with that issue in the sense that I know I'm using my money for a much better thing, in which using that money that I would normally spend on an item that I could live without, I could use that money that would be spent towards that on an investment, and far on into the future, thanks to investing that money, I would probably be able to buy multiples of the things that I was previously going to use the money for. So that's kind of my logic on some things. Like if I want to buy something, I just think about the fact that if I invest that money and grow it, then I could buy multiples of those things in the future. And then also just having more money in your portfolio makes you feel a lot more comfortable about life in general. So as that starts to grow and as it continues with that compound interest, then you get a little bit more and more comfortable as you have like that backup plan in case something does happen. You all know that this is basically my emergency fund as well, because I don't have an emergency fund in my bank account. I would rather have 30K that would go into emergency fund in the stock market where it can actually grow significantly compared to in a bank account where it's growing like less than 1% per year. So I would much rather have this in the stock market. I know that's a little bit more risky in terms of some people's perspective, but just in that unlikely situation where I would need that $30,000 or whatever it may be, then I think it's personally worth it and worth it according to my risk tolerance for me to just simply have that money in the stock market, because in the meantime, especially when it's in Tesla stock, I could have that money growing 30% in 1 year instead of 1% and almost doubling that $30,000. So just with me doing that so far, like with this year, putting all of my net worth and what would be put into an emergency fund into the stock market, I've made about 90%, 91%. That's around $74,000. So you could say just by investing this money in the stock market, I've already made 2 emergency funds worth of revenue, which is like $74,000. $60,000 would be enough for like 2 emergency funds. I think like the general idea is like $30,000 for an emergency fund. That will last some people quite a while. So I think there's a lot of advantages for me using the stock market as my emergency fund. Trust me, I know there could be a situation where when I need it, the stock market could be down, but I think just the rewards outweigh the risk on that situation there. But I also just wanted to connect that to the fact that investing has also helped me with my spending habits. So I don't buy a lot of things like I used to, which is really helpful for me because I just realized at this point that I don't need a lot of these things and that I can actually make a lot more money in the future by just investing that money. So anyways, this is all about a recent purchase I made with Tesla stock. And so I sold a bunch of personal things. That all connects to what I was talking about earlier with the reasoning as to why, just because I think in the future, if I really want these things that much farther on into the future, I can just buy it later on or even buy multiples of them if I want to. So just showing you all this receipt for today, I spent $3,783 on 8.53 shares of Tesla stock, and that was at a share price of $443.22, and I purchased this at 12:16 p.m. So basically what happened was today I finally went to the bank, deposited my money, and as soon as that money went through and was showing on my bank account, I instantly transferred it to Robinhood and instantly spent it all on Tesla shares. So I have $0 in my bank account right now. I mean, probably maybe a few cents, but not even $1 in checking, savings, or anything like that. So once once again, I have used all of my available cash to buy Tesla stock. So I try to practice what I preach, and I basically just buy Tesla stock when I have the money. For those new here, my investing strategy is pretty simple. I dollar cost average most of the times, and when I have money, I buy Tesla stock. It's pretty much as simple as that, and you don't have to deal with all of these mental gymnastics of, in this scenario, should I wait until this time period to buy, or should I actually wait until after this event, or should I buy beforehand? Instead of just going into all of that thinking, I simply just think, okay, yeah, I've got cash, I'm gonna buy some again. So it's actually pretty nice to just be a dollar cost average investor, because you don't have to worry about all of that extra nonsense, because especially if you're a long-term investor, a few dollars more or less on the share price isn't really going to matter when you think about compound interest over 20 to 40 years. So that's kind of my logic with the whole thing, and I'm honestly a big fan of dollar cost averaging. However, when we do have a stock market crash, I also like to invest aggressively when that happens as well. But just to show you all, this is my stock chart, my past year, 10 months of investing, and all I've done so far is invest aggressively when I do have the cash, when it's going down like this, and then also simply just dollar cost average as well. So as you can see, so far dollar cost averaging has worked out pretty well for me. So I just wanted to show you all my receipts for the purchase today, and just to mention something as well, I bought these shares at $443.22, and it is currently over that share price at $446 right now. So even when we're talking about the idea of timing the market in super short time ranges, like just within today's market hours, I didn't try to find a low point to buy. I simply just bought it when I had the cash and when I was able to finally purchase some Tesla stock. It's not like I saw it at this point at 11:20 a.m. and said, oh, I'm going to wait till it goes down a little bit more. I just simply said, okay, I'm going to buy it right now, not think into it anymore, and then let the market do its work. And that's exactly what happened, and I ended up making money on that today. So I'm pretty satisfied with this purchase. So far, I've just been trying to invest as much as I can in Tesla stock. I think there's still just a huge misunderstanding about this company in the market right now. There's too much confusion around the fact that so many people think Tesla is just an auto company. So many people think that Tesla is overvalued. Keep in mind that's something that they said about Amazon back in 2010 when it was around like $100 and some per share. So just keep that in mind when you hear a lot of people saying something is overvalued and you truly believe in it, you've done your research and it makes sense according to the general rules of investing, then there can be some opportunities there. Of course, if you are actually investing in a high quality long-term stock. However, that is kind of up to opinions and perspective. But my basic response is that when you see people talking about Tesla stock and the general stock market kind of just scoffing about the idea of Tesla, whereas, you know, in this community that we have on the channel, we have a lot of Tesla bulls, but when it comes to just the general range of the stock market and the full investing audience, it may not be as bad as it used to be, but we were at a point where if you said Tesla stock is a really good buy right now, everybody would kind of just be like, Tesla stock is ridiculous, the PE ratio shows how overvalued this company is, this is a bubble, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. I think a lot of people just can't grasp onto this long-term perspective that people have for Tesla, and so far Tesla has done what they said they were going to do, and that's very valuable when it comes to credibility, track record, and what we can expect out of them in the future. So what I'm saying right now is one of the main reasons I'm buying Tesla stock is, of course, because I see so much potential in the future for this company. And also another aspect of encouragement for people that are buying Tesla stock right now is the simple fact that there is a general misunderstanding on Tesla as a company. Now, of course, all of this is just my opinion. None of what I say or have said in this video is to be considered financial advice, but I think there is a big misunderstanding with this company. It's being totally underestimated. People aren't viewing this in terms of the full spectrum and the long term. People are just thinking about the short term, and even in the past they were more worried about profitability in quarters rather than, is this company scaling? Are they growing at an exponential rate? Are they trying to expand their business and increase production? Forget about all the profits in the meantime. What matters is the long-term perspective. And so I think there is that lack of long-term perspective on Tesla, and that's why some analysts just don't get it and continue to say that this stock is overvalued. Yes, it is priced at a premium because of what investors believe will happen with the company in the future. But if you really think about the possibility of Tesla executing on everything that they're saying they're going to do right now, far on into the future, this company will look very undervalued in retrospect at this price tag of $446 per share. Mark my words, by 2030, I think this will look like a ridiculously cheap share price for Tesla. You can go ahead and bookmark this video and come back to it in 10 years. We'll both see if I'm right, but honestly, I'm pretty confident that I'm correct on this prediction. predictions. So I am taking advantage of just the fact that a lot of people are underestimating this company right now. On the general perspective, we do have a significant amount of Tesla bulls, but we still have a lot of people that may say, okay, I could see Tesla doing some good things. There's people that are just kind of in the middle that are saying, it seems like a solid company, but I just think it's a little bit too pricey for me right now. And they say, it seems like a good company, but I just think it's too overvalued for its current period in time. And so I think there's that perspective as well, where you have some logical people that are kind of in the middle, but they still don't understand why Tesla is valued at such a high price, which is of course a bit more reasonable than your typical Tesla bear that says, this company is totally worthless. I don't understand why so many investors love this company. It doesn't make any sense. The PE ratio is ridiculous and things like that. At least the people in the middle are more sensible in that perspective, in which they can admit that Tesla is doing great things right now, but a lot of their fear comes from the fact that Tesla is trading at a premium. I think that's something we can all agree on, but I think it's worth it to be traded at a premium currently because of the incredible clarity and likelihood of Tesla being successful in the future with autonomy, with HVAC systems, with scaling up production, with the Cybertruck being a success, with Tesla creating more vehicles, with them creating a compact car. I think all of these things are very likely in a matter of 10 years, and this is just the beginning for Tesla in my opinion. I think autonomy is going to be solved fairly soon, and that Tesla will continue to dominate the EV market and also likely be the first to solve this full self-driving technology. So a lot of this reasoning is why I'm buying Tesla stock. I believe in the company. I have this long-term perspective on what I can expect to see out of this company, especially over these next 10 years. There's significant clarity on what they intend on doing in the future, and I think that's another reason why this stock trades at a bit of a premium, because people kind of get more insight with the future of this company, long-term insight that you don't normally get from other companies. They actually give us ideas of what they plan on doing far on into the future, which I think investors appreciate. I definitely appreciate that as a long-term investor. But anyways, I just wanted to have that transparency with you all once again about me buying more Tesla stock and provide a little bit of my reasoning for that. But as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. It really does help me out. And also, feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 if you sign up with my link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks. So it's basically just nice passive income, free money. Just want to let you all know about that, but hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.